Welcome on back. Tis your boy Dreaded Don here once again, just bringing y'all the latest first impressions on Black Myth Wukong. Y'all know I had it on my list at the beginning of this month, and now we officially have our hands on it, man. So I'm gonna give you guys my first impressions. First off, I'm gonna just let you know that I did split the video up into two parts. First part is based on gameplay, graphics, and combat. Second part is based on the world, the leveling system, the shrine, and the equipment that you'll be getting throughout the game. Now, yeah, let's just go ahead and hop right on into it. The graphics, man, that's gonna be the first thing you're gonna notice when you hop into this game, man. As soon as you pick this game up from the title screen, this game is visually pleasing. When I first booted this game up for the first time, I was already geeking over it. I was already going crazy. My girl was sitting on the couch. She came over, and she even noticed how good it was looking. And between us both, we even thought it was just one of those games that looks almost like a movie, you could say. And because of that, man, the transition from cinematics to gameplay is on par with FF16. It's not FF16, but it's damn near close, and I enjoyed it all the same. Now, there is 3 different graphic settings if you're playing on console. There's performance, quality, and then balance. Quality makes the game look slightly better and maybe more so to those with an acute eye, but it's at the sake of FPS. And balance is kind of like a blurry, slow mix-up of the two. And honestly, it was just the worst in my opinion. I'm playing on performance. It was the cleanest of the two with minimal notices to graphics unless you were up close on the details, and you get to keep the FPS that I think helps plays into the smoothness and fluidity of the combat. To me, the smaller encounters kind of felt more like God of War-ish, and the harder or larger encounters where you'd be fighting a boss felt more like Final Fantasy 16 mixed with Neo or Souls, if you're not familiar, just due to the raw way that bosses and enemies will punish you if you make mistakes on their encounters, man. And they'll punish you. You get punished, goddammit. With that in mind, though, overall, it'll probably feel easier for you if you're coming right from a Souls-like, like Shadow of the Erdtree or Dark Souls 3, anything like that. It'll definitely feel easier for you if you're coming from a Souls-like title. What I thought paired really nicely with, first off, just the graphics and already the fluidity and kind of easy combat was the UI, man. The UI is very minimal and out of the way. It feels good during encounters where all you gotta do is take a glance at your stamina bar to see if you have enough for a dodge, and then you can look over and see if you have enough focus charges to pull off your next heavy attack. In a way, this kind of lends itself to the entire way the combat style focuses on. You have your focus charges and your stamina bar. If you perfect dodge right as your enemy is about to land a blow on you, you'll perfect dodge, slow down time, and you'll gain some focus charges. Those same focus charges that you just got, you can use to instant heavy attack. The difference between being able to instant heavy attack and charge your heavy attack that's a gameplay changer right there in and of itself for just the combat in this game. Personally, if you're not really making good use of both, during small encounters, they're just going to parry you, and during elite encounters, you're going to get the combo. The parry punish combo. And aside from stamina and focus, Wukong got spells, man. And spells are just another key factor way for you to be able to control the fight and continue combo chains. For example, Immobilize, the first spell you get, helps you do this perfectly. It can stop enemies right when they're in the middle of their combo, and then say if you stagger and knock them down, immobilize them then right there. The moment you do that, man, you can let off a windmill on them the moment you immobilize them. And they're down for a good, 3-4 seconds. That's enough for me to, I'll put some hurting on you. You're down for 3 or 4 seconds. And immobilize is just the first one. You get Cloud Step, which allows you to swiftly teleport to your enemy. And you get a combat transformation that lets you turn into the wolf with the flaming staff that we've all seen in the trailers. So, Spells are kind of hype. And I know it's a lot. But topping it all off, man, is Spirits, which they allow you to use a single ability from a mini boss or an elite that you defeat. And once you gather their spirit or their soul, they give you kind of a passive ability and a way to just further your combo. You can't be mad at either of those. Now, all of that's kind of to say how I feel about the graphics, the gameplay, and the combat of the game. Like I said, I was going to be splitting this up into 2 parts. That's essentially my first half. The remaining part of this is going to be going into the world, the level system, the shrine, and the equipment. Off the jump about the world, there is no map, which makes it extremely easy to get mixed up in, especially in chapter 1, just due to the fact that you're in a forest setting the entire time. I kind of understand why they didn't want a map. When I first started traveling, I was a little surprised to be able to go off the trail and find out there was no invisible boundaries. Now, don't get me wrong, you're going to come across plenty of invisible boundaries, but when you're given the chance to, you're more than welcome to explore a little bit. You know, you can definitely end up going and checking out a little area or checking out a little side route. It's going to take you back to the main path. But yeah, they have a good decent amount of little branching areas that you can go and check out, especially when it comes to having crafting items, rewards, enemies, experience, just, you know, the normal exploration items for you to go and find. Honestly, it was really easy for me to just kind of get caught up in, oh, I want to go see what's over here, or I checked out a hidden area in the last area that I was in. I wonder what's over here. I wonder if there's a boss or an item or you know, maybe a little bit of will, which is the game's currency over here, you know. But having no sense of direction also makes it extremely easy to run into some enemies that are supposed to be overpowered. You're supposed to either sneak past them or, you know, bang your head against that wall if you're willing to do it until you beat them. I did that. And with there being some enemies that, you know, are a little too strong for you at that current moment in time, obviously there's going to be a nice little leveling system that you got to get invested in. Wukong has a leveling system split between 2 different skill trees, right? So you got the staff tree and you got the foundation, or I would call it the core skill tree, essentially. Each skill tree allows you to learn new moves and kind of support the play style that's more suited for you, right? And the staff has 3 different stances. Those 3 different stances are going to kind of mesh up your play style in a way. Smash stance is more aggressive, combo heavy. Pillar stance allows you to avoid attacks and come down with the heavy attack. And thrust stance is essentially your way to keep the enemy at a distance or attack at a distance. Each of those 3 stances are going to have their own set of moves and their own set of skill trees that you're going to be able to go down to help support those skill trees. Now, the foundation or core skill tree works kind of more on an overall basis, right? It's going to give you more health, more focus, less stamina consumption, greater dodge distance, things like that, right? And I guess the frustrating part that can be frustrating for some is that the skill tree itself does have a slight progression where you can't just go right to the bottom of it. You have to invest points in the skill tree at certain nodes, and then it'll unlock the next level of it. If you're used to mechanics like that, you kind of understand. If you don't really like any of the skills you've chosen, or you're looking to just try out some new moves and a couple of the other stances, you're still able to respec. You just got to go to a place called the Shrine. To me, the Shrine is familiar just due to my time with me playing Neo. And for those of you that are in the same boat, it works almost exactly the same here. Breaking it down piece by piece though, the Shrine is essentially your home base. It'll be where you return to when you die, when you need to recoup your health or your health charges, you also return here. When you want to fast travel, you return to the Shrine. On top of that, it also allows you to craft armor, craft weapons, has a store for you to buy the ingredients to craft said armor, said weapons. It also allows you to cultivate the spirits that we talked about earlier that you get from enemies and elite enemies to upgrade them even further. Now, some of the armor pieces that you can craft are your head, your chest, your arms, and your legs. Now, each of these armor pieces are going to be part of a set. And that set is going to have 2 different types of bonuses, right? So you have your first bonus for wearing 2 pieces of the armor, and you have your second bonus for wearing 4 pieces of your armor. Now, if you're kind of like me and you like mixing and matching your sets, then you might just rock 2 sets and 2 sets. But there's also armor that you'll find in the game that just has a unique effect as well. Like it'll grant you health recovery and stamina recovery when you pick up wheel, or it'll grant you health recovery when you're standing in water. So you can also mix and match one item set with the unique effect of gloves, maybe with a 3-piece set. So there is a little bit of versatility when it comes to making a build in the game. And man, with the armor sets, you got weapon trees. If you play Monster Hunter, then it's here. Weapon trees essentially just let you pick a weapon, put progression into that weapon, branches off down the tree into a new weapon with new abilities, new attacks, higher defense, things like that. The weapon itself will also have a unique effect. On top of all of this for your equipment, you also have curios that work a little bit like accessories. This just allow you to min-max your build even further. Even further. All in all, man, the game has just been phenomenal. It's been just chef's kiss from what I've been able to get my hands on so far. I'm just excited to get my first impressions back out to you guys. I'm excited to also play the rest of the game, get that fully done, and then get my full review out to you guys next week as well. If you want to check out how far my progression is going so far and how many times I've died or if I've done well or not, come and check out my Twitch. I'll be streaming this weekend, this Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Get my own schedule, right? Come check me out. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the horizon. Deuces.